How we doing, folks? Welcome into Week 9 Picks. I'm Jason Blaney. With me is Mr. Perfect Brady Amon. After a perfect 9-0 week last week, first week this year that you've done worth the darn. So congratulations.
And I'm still trailing you. No win game. Even though I was perfect last week, I'm still
It's a staggering
bringing up the rear.
1 game lead there. It's probably over. You probably can't overcome that, considering I'm just going to copy every pick you have for the rest of the year.
I know you will. You'll sandbag it just like you did early in the season.
Right. That's how it got to that 3-game lead. All right, let's get into the picks. We'll go on the road first. Jay traveling to Graceville.
Non-district game for Jay. I think this is a good matchup for him. They're a little banged up right now. Ricky Cofield still wondering if he's going to be in this week. They already lost another tailback last week with a broken collarbone. But if Cofield comes back, I like Jay's chance in this one. I think they'll go on the road and win this one.
So what if he doesn't come back?
I still like Jay's chances. I think they're just kind of an improving team right now.
Okay, I'm going to take Jay also. I believe I've picked them every single week this year, so I'm gonna keep picking them. Navarre travels to Fort Walton Beach.
It's a rivalry game, but I think Navarre should win this matchup. It's just a matter of can they keep their head, in the game and not get too caught up in the rivalry. It's as simple as this. If Navarre wins their next two, they're at least in a shootout. So I think they go on the road and win this one.
Yeah, I like Navarre also. I think the best team in that district, and that I believe will shake out for the rest of the season. All right, Northview traveling to Vernon.
Obviously, the big game is next week when Baker goes to Northview, so Northview takes a little bit of a break. But I think Northview keeps rolling. I think in these matchups with these 1A teams, I think Northview is going to show that they're just probably a much better team than most of them.
Yeah, it seems like maybe they're the cream of the crop in that classification. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with Northview also. Big game in town, Panama City Arnold coming to West Florida. West Florida wins, they get the district championship.
Yeah, it's a huge game, for West Florida. I mean, they've never been in a situation before. Not only can they, go to 8-0, they can win an outright district championship. At the same time, Arnold has a lot to play for too, because if they win this one and then they win the last one, then they're in a three-way tie with Gulf Breeze and West Florida. But I like West Florida in this one. I think Arnold, even though they have great weapons, I think Arnold's kind of melded in the last few weeks. They haven't looked very well.
Yeah, it seems like they've given up on their season a little bit. I like West Florida there also. Big game in North Santa Rosa County. Milton traveling to Pace. Big district game means a lot for Milton. Could wrap things up for Pace.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big game. It always is a big game, but this is the first time in a long time that it actually has something riding on it. If Pace wins, then they're in the playoffs. If Milton wins, then they got Pine Forest next week in a big game. Milton just has to keep winning to get there. I like Pace in this one. I think the home field advantage is going to play out. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Both teams are very good. I think I like Pace to win this one.
Yeah, I like Pace to win it too. The home field, again, it's just too much, and especially when they know it can open a whole lot of problems for them if they don't win.
Yeah, because then they're relying on Pine Forest to turn around and beat Milton the very next week to force a shootout. This is Pace's last district game, so this is pretty much backs against the wall for them, so to speak. They have to win this one to get to the playoffs.
Right, and I like them to do that. All right, another District 1-6A game. Escambia travels to Pine Forest.
Pine Forest coming off a tough loss. I like for them to bounce back in this one. I think they're pretty angry right now, and at the very least, they kind of want to finish their season out on a good note, get that sour taste out their mouth. I think they're gonna cruise Friday night.
Yeah, especially with them still having a shot at the postseason if a couple of other teams help them out. So I like them to win this game going away. Big game in that district. PHS can wrap up the district title as they go to Washington.
Yeah, I think PHS will win this one. It's almost like a trap game because Washington's a 1-6 team, and Washington's played teams very well, so they're kind of that record is a little deceiving. But I don't think PHS will spend too much time reflecting on those 3 wins that they had against Milton, Pace, and Pine Forest. I think they'll take care of business. It might be a little ugly early on, but I think they'll pull away and win pretty easily.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a track game you can have when you can win a district title. So
yeah.
I like PHS to go ahead and wrap that up there. That big district win for them. Out of district, Chattahoochee comes over. We'll play Gulf Breeze.
I know. I said I wasn't going to pick against Gulf Breeze ever again, and I did. I went out and picked against them the very next week. This is a tough matchup. I think Choctaw is a very good team. They beat Navarre. They beat Catholic. I think Choctaw is gonna win this game. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. If Gulf Breeze wins this one, then you have to give the ultimate respect to Gulf Breeze because they're obviously a steadily improving team. I just like Choctaw in a very close game, probably a very high scoring game. I think both offenses can put a lot of points on the board.
I saw Choctaw earlier this year. If they're the same team they were against Catholic, Gulf Breeze will win this game. I'm going to go with Gulf Breeze. Wow. They have very similar offense to Catholic, as where they spread the field, use the running game, and take the open pass when it's there. And Catholic had them beat, so I think they can learn something from that. I like Gulf Breeze to win this game. So that's our different game.
That's our different game, yeah.
That's our different game. So you can either tie it up, or I'm going to stretch it back to 2. I'm going to stretch it back to
Gulf
2.
Breeze has not been good for me.
How many emails are you going to get?
Yeah, I mean, Gulf Breeze hasn't been. I mean, it's not that they've been good for me. I've picked against them steadily, and they've always proved me wrong. Picked against them once again. So, here's my chance to either have redemption or more egg on my face.
It seems like maybe you're the jerk in this situation.
Maybe so.
Right. Last game of the night. Tallahassee Godby comes over. They'll play Tate in a game where it's just not an even matchup. Let's just say
it's a miss. I mean, Godby's very, very talented. Obviously, coming from the Tallahassee area and a lot of tradition. And they're one of those teams that they're coming in here. They're gonna come in here to take care of business, kind of make a statement. Now Tate did play pace very well last week, and that was a close game back and forth. So maybe Tate's kind of starting to get a little confidence, but I think just Godby just has too many horses, and I think this is kind of a similar matchup to a PHS versus Tate or a Pine Forest versus Tate. I think Godby's going to win this one pretty easily.
Yeah, I like Godby also. Tate just doesn't have it this year. It'll be interesting to see how that situation starts to shake out at the end of the season. So that's our picks for this week. Join us tomorrow for our preview video. We'll wrap everything up for you on Saturday. Until then, I'm Jason Blakeney. This is Brady Amon. Y'all have a good night.